Ladies and gentlemen, because I don't know everything and I haven't tested every vehicle in every single situation, there's some vehicles I just don't have an opinion of. The first one that comes to mind is the Chevy Trailblazer. Sure, I've worked on them, and every job I've ever done involving one is a massive disassembly process. It's always a huge undertaking, and they always seem to have decaying food in them someplace, but I've never really spent much time driving them around. Now, the nameplate Trailblazer is just a spin-off of a trim level for the S10 Blazer. General Motors likes to do that. That's where the name Silverado came from. It was originally a trim level for some of their trucks. Now it's just the name of their truck. The 99 to 2001 Trailblazer is an S10 Blazer. Then they started making this thing in 2002. And they continue making it all the way up till 2009 when they stopped. They didn't bring the nameplate back for another 12 years. Brought that nameplate back for a dinky little subcompact with a million different drivetrain options that for all intents and purposes are exactly the same. You're not blazing any trails with that thing. It doesn't deserve to wear its little white off-roader Smurf hat. But we're not here to talk about that thing or the S10 Blazer before all of them. We're here to talk about the Richard between it, the 2002 to 2009 Chevy Trailblazer. You had a couple of different options here, the Trailblazer, the Envoy, and the Hummer H3. Some had a 5.3-liter LS V8, but most of them came with the Atlas, also known as the 4200 Inline 6. This thing made 275 horsepower. That's pretty respectable. At 6,000 RPMs, 6,000 RPMs. Have you met the drivers of these vehicles? The only time they see 6,000 RPMs is when the baby mama tells the not the father he can't see the kids that aren't his this weekend because there's a party at a campground. 6,000 RPMs. It's like it was meant to be. Besides the quirky RPM thing and the weirdly low clearance for a four-wheel drive vehicle, it's not a bad car to drive around in. It feels solid, sturdy, but it still rides nice, and it handles a lot better than you would think it would based on its appearance. And you've got a lot of headroom, a ridiculous amount of headroom, an almost cartoonish amount of headroom. So if you're a vertically endowed person, this might be the car for you, freak. As far as problems with the vehicle goes, I've done a lot of valve train work, which requires removing the oil pan so you can remove the timing cover, so you can remove the cylinder head. All the cylinder head bolts like to snap off, but once you remove the cylinder head, you can spin what's left of them out with your fingers. I've also fixed a lot of oil pan leaks, which involves removing the front differential, and it is a massive operation. Like I said, everything I've ever done with one of these vehicles is a massive operation. And I don't think that necessarily makes it a bad car. I don't think a vehicle being difficult to work on makes it a bad vehicle, as long as it still has some redeeming quality. What do you guys think?